Hello. Today's video is a continuation of last week's video about toxic in-laws. Mothers-in-law, like I described in last week's video, care nothing of their adult child beyond what he can do for her. They clearly have no respect for him either, since they treat the person he chose to spend his life with so badly. His marriage is nothing more to this kind of mother than an embarrassment, and she would like it to simply go away. Since she can't file for divorce on her son's behalf, she becomes extremely destructive to the adult child's marriage with her abusive ways. Your spouse no doubt suffers a lot from his mother's abusive behavior, yet he tolerates it anyway. This is because he's accustomed to how his mother behaves. This is his mom, and many adults in this situation have accepted this sort of thing as their permanent reality. By complaining about his mother's behavior or even confronting her, you're threatening his norm. Facing the truth can be an incredibly painful thing for many in this position, which is why they refuse to face the truth. This feeling is known as cognitive dissonance. Rather than face this miserable feeling, many people in this situation will do their best to shut down their spouse. They don't want to hear about the bad things their mother's doing, so they'll tell their wife they don't believe her, she's oversensitive, she just doesn't understand mom, that it's her problem so she should leave him out of it and more. They refuse to confront their mother on the behalf of their wife. Naturally, when this happens, the wife in this position feels rejected, unloved, and hurt. She wants to fight for her marriage, but it seems whatever she does is wrong, and whatever his mother does is right. Her trying to save their marriage only causes more problems. The reason for this is she doesn't know that when you're dealing with a narcissist, normal ways to cope with a situation just don't work. For anyone in this position, you need to think of this situation more like a strategy game than a relationship. As always, pray. Ask God to help you to know what to do and to give you whatever you need to enable you to do it. Don't forget to pray for your husband, too. Pray that he sees the truth and for God to enable him to cope with it. Cope with your emotions the best you can by journaling or talking to a safe friend, praying, whatever works for you. Whatever you do, don't hold in your emotions. Don't focus on your mother-in-law's bad behavior when it can be avoided. Instead, focus on being the loving wife that you are. Don't neglect to remind your husband how much you love him. If he complains about his mother to you for any reason, don't join in. Just listen quietly to him and give him objective advice if he does ask for it. The reason being, the mindset of many men in this situation is they can complain about mom, but if anyone else does, they jump to mom's defense. This will only cause more trouble in your marriage. Along those lines, if you have to discuss your mother-in-law's behavior with your husband, stay calm. State your issues in a matter-of-fact way without emotion. If you rant and rave, that too is going to make him feel he must defend his mother, and that's only going to hurt you and possibly your marriage as well. Limit your exposure to your mother-in-law as much as humanly possible, but especially if you have to be alone with her. No narcissist wants to abuse their victim in front of the person they want to think well of them, so stay glued to your husband's side as much as possible when you're around her. Keep your emotions in check around your mother-in-law too. Narcissists love twisting a victim's normal reaction around to prove how mentally unstable or even abusive the victim is. In her presence, stay calm. Vent later when you're away from her as needed so you don't hold in those bad emotions, but stay calm around her at all costs. Having to deal with toxic narcissistic in-laws is tough, and I know I've been there. But with a lot of prayer, patience, love, and wisdom, you can survive it with your marriage intact. Thank you for watching my video.